You got to realize that everybody can end up in our situation. You know, just like they say, most people are one paycheck away from being homeless. So, you know, before you have a bad opinion of somebody else, you better think that might be you out there soon. My name's Denny, and we live in Santa Monica. I live in Santa Monica, and I've been homeless for approximately 6-7 years.
I'm Terry Madrid, and I've been homeless with him for 6 years. And what happened was we were refurbishing these apartments for this lady, and we worked for her for 4 years.
She promised us we'd never have to worry about a place to live again. If we did these apartments for her, that she said we'd always have an apartment to live in. We could do like maintenance in the apartments and stuff. And as soon as the job was done, she turned on us and, you know, just kicked us out. And we ended up losing our apartment, and you know, we ended up on the streets. And that was real hard to take, because I always had money. I always had a place to live. And so now we ended up behind the bank.
Back of Platinum Motors right there,
Yeah.
There's a building. We set up I built
like
a little hut.
Yeah. There was like a bunch of drunks back there, and they just go back at night and drink and party and tear it up, and graffiti on the walls and stuff. So we went back there, chased all them out, cleaned everything up. Because every place we go, we keep it real clean. You know, most people just tear a place up when they stay there.
Yeah.
But we cleaned it up real nice. And I mean, you know, it's been hard, but you know, she was real depressed for a while. Right after we first lost our place and we were living in that patio over there, she got real depressed. And it was Christmas Day, and this girl I know had this little dog, Bambi, and she said, "Look, I found this dog running in the street. Do you know anybody who wants it?" I said, "Yeah, I know somebody who wants it," because she's wanted. We've been married 23 years. She's wanted a little dog the whole time we've been married. She wanted a dog, and I brought it home on Christmas Day and gave it to her, and I'm telling you that it totally turned her around. There's no medicine, there's no drugs, there's no psychiatrist that could have any effect on anybody near 1,000,000 times what that dog did for her. It brought her right back from the depths of depression, and I mean, it brought her back, you know, saved her life, and saved my life too, because if anything happens to her, I'm done too. People come by and say, "Hey, you want to sell your dog for $500? Man, I wouldn't sell a dog for $1 million. You can have $1 million right now, forget it. That dog is, you know, I love that dog just as much as you love one of your kids." Most people think that, you know, just because you're homeless or you don't have anything right now, is that you've always been that way, or that you're just a bum, lazy.
You
don't want to work. You want to just, and a lot of people are that way. I mean, there's a lot of people out here that are just lazy or just, you know, don't want to work. But you know, there's a lot of people too that have just had hard times fall on them, and you know, had they worked their whole life like me, and just had something bad happen, you know, an act of God or something, and just wiped everything out, and you know, you ended up losing everything they had. And that's real hard, man. People don't understand how hard that is on somebody when that happens, because to go from having everything and then having nothing is it's really devastating, you know. It really is devastating, man. You know, so always have a little compassion for your fellow man, because, well, we're trying to get the housing from this shelter, and hopefully we can do that, and then get some kind of something we can do to have a career where we can, you know, learn about computers or something. Make some money in the world now, because it's hard to make money in the world now.
We just need a chance. Somebody give us a chance.